Welcome to Watch What Crappens. To get our videos as soon as they're released instead of waiting for a week, head over to our Patreon. That's also where you'll find our bonus episodes and our Discord community. We love you guys.
Hello and welcome to Watch What Crappens, a podcast about all that crap on Bravo that we just love to talk about. I'm Ben Mandelker, and joining me today, it's Ronnie Karam. Hi, Ronnie. How are you?
Well, hello. How's it going, you little Banini Tunes?
Oh, it's going quite well, thanks. Going quite well. Just here to talk some Real Housewives of Orange County. On Monday, we have Crappy Hour. That's going to be at 5:30 on the West Coast and 8:30 on the East Coast. So come join us. That's on YouTube. It's also simulcast on Instagram, and we talk about Bravo headlines, and at the end we bring some of you up to chat, etc. It's always fun. We do it every other Monday, so come join us for that. And then we of course have our glorious Patreon, which includes a bonus episode every week. This week we did a trailer on future Bravo flop wife swap. And we also, let's be honest, we're going to watch, but let's be honest. And then, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. It is starring Emily Simpson, so I know that will get everyone's attention and everyone's going to tune in for that.
Everyone's going to drop what they're doing.
But we did have a lot of fun with the trailer. We actually had a lot of fun with the trailer. And then we also have Crappens on Demand where you can watch us, not just listen, you get videos. And those videos do wind up eventually on our YouTube channel. So go check us out there. So that's all the great news that's we have to start with on this Friday. And Ronnie, how are you doing today? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I cut one of my toenails too short because I don't know, my toe doesn't know where my toenail ends and my toe begins. So that was rough, but otherwise great. Everything's wonderful in my world. How's it going with you?
It's good. My voice feels a little scratchy today. Feels a little like, you know, when you have to sort of put out a little extra air to get the sound out. That's where I'm at. It's almost like, I feel like I've been like, I don't know, gone through a car wash or something. I guess we were talking about that earlier this week. But
let me be the air beneath your trachea today.
Please,
I'll just help you any way I can.
I'm just drinking this iced coffee and hoping it gets things flowing. So we are here to talk Orange County, and where we left off, the cast had split up and gone on dual vacations. Some people had the misfortune of going down to Temecula with Tamra, and others had the other misfortune of going up to Heather's ice cold clinical slumber party in Beverly Hills.
Yeah, Elsa's Castle in Beverly Hills. So that was last week, and the episode ended, of course, with Shannon and Tamara arguing, and Shannon immediately being like,
"But Gina was the one who said she was worried about you drinking, Shannon. All right, whoops.
Yeah.
Whoops."
And Gina's like, whoa. So that's where we start. And Gina's like, but, I worry about you. You have to understand, like, for me, like, just because I do care about you and I, like, know the place you've been in as a drunk alcoholic, I don't want to see you go back to, whatever this face is that you're making right now. Shannon's just, like, sob face, like, all episode Shannon just has these little pink eyes. Her eyes are half closed like she's been sobbing. Her hair is all over the place. She's like, I cannot believe people are suggesting I have a problem.
And the best part is that they're sitting at this dinner table that has this kind of like this. It's not really a centerpiece, but there's like a floral arrangement in front of it. There's like branches and stuff. And Shannon has grabbed like a small twig with like little buds on it. I don't know if you noticed it. And she was holding it in her hand. I don't think she realized it was like a fidget spinner for her, and she was like shaking it. And so every time she talked, this little branch was trembling right in front of her, and she was like, "Wow, trembling branch." It was like the perfect prop for Shannon, a little trembling twig. And she's like, "Oh well, okay, I'm never gonna go back, Gina. I appreciate what you're saying, but I'm not gonna go out. I appreciate the worry." She's like, "Yeah, but to be fair, like what this all was born out of something that I didn't like that you did, Tamra." And Tamra's like, "But you can't turn on me, bitch. You can't do that." And she was like, "Yeah, because you like shat on her all of last year, and now you're taking her away for sneaky drinks." I was like, oh, that was pretty good, Gina. Like, I like the way that you did the twist on Tamra there.
Well, yeah, people are used to Tamara's game now, you know. She's like, okay, Tamara, you were trying to turn that on me, but that was me yelling at you. Tamara's like, yeah, but then what did I say? And I said, no, I totally get what you're saying. And then you also understood where I came from, remember?
And
yeah, and then you came
flashback.
and tried to throw her under the bus to Shannon and get her in trouble, Tamara. My God.
And Tamara has the funniest little flashback. She goes,
No, I wasn't trying to take her away to have a drink. I just felt so happy that me and Shannon made up. And I know that that's her love language, going to have a cocktail, you know, getting drunk, crashing into things. Like, I was like, that's her love language.
it's like, you're so shady. Like, oh, her love language is falling off the wagon. So look, I got us one of those pads that gymnasts use, and I put it next to an actual wagon, and I set up a keg on the wagon, and we just got up there and did some stands.
Her love language is acts of bar service. It's cocktail service. That's a love language. I was just trying to love her because we're best friends, right, Shannon? You're so pretty. And I'm brush your hair, Shannon.
I'm
So,
just trying to speak her love language because I don't know if you know it, but her language only has 2 letters in it. Actually, really only 1 letter. A. Just said twice.
Well, I'm making decisions on what's best for me. And sometimes what's best for me is a bottle of Kettle One in my purse. Okay, so. And last year was very traumatic for me because I was in a hole I didn't think I could crawl out of. And I'm still processing the hole. I cannot stop thinking about the hole.
There was a literal hole in my lawn, and I fell into it, and I was like, help, help. And it took 3 days for someone to walk by and say, oh, there's a woman in a hole. So it was a lot for me to go through. Anyway, oh, God, I'm trembling.
Let me just
that little
ask you a
twig was going
question.
out of control.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
what were you saying, Ben? What'd you say, Ben?
I
Say
said
it,
her little
Ben.
twig was like shaking like crazy. It was like,
her twig.
Go back and watch. You will see her holding that little twig. It's the funniest thing.
But let me just ask you, Shannon, what do I need to do to make things better for us? What do I need to do, Shannon? All I want to do is make things better. Okay, I'm going to call you an alcoholic in about 5 minutes. You've got 5 minutes. Go ahead, Shannon.
And Shannon's like, you know, I need time. I need time.
Time. I need time. Like, I appreciate the kind, nice gestures, and I have laughed a lot today, and I think that's great. And I hope that that's enough because that's all I can do right now, Tamara. I just need time. How about some Kettle One, bitch? Well, I will accept that too. We're Grey Goose. Yes, amigos.
Is time a brand of vodka?
Yeah, you know what? It's like you're both doing the best you can right now, and I think that's fair. They're literally, neither one of them is doing the best they can right now. Shannon's a maniac. She's got some issues, let's just say, and she's starting to scream for no reason at this point. She's just sitting at dinner and being like, you know what, Tamara? And then you've got Tamara over there pretending to be nice for 5 seconds and then immediately falling back into
That stupid alcoholic.
in about 2 minutes now. We've got 2 minutes left, speaking of time.
Yeah, seriously.
Well, I appreciate everything that you've done, and I'm grateful. And I thank you, Tamara. I really do. It's just yeah. And as much as this conversation was difficult, I really appreciate it, bitch. And I feel like that's what real friends do, is they actually talk about things, especially when they're alcoholics, and we talk about that. And I know that it's probably not, you know, that I probably have never done that before because, you know, I've been on defense, you know, because you're an alcoholic and I have to put myself against the wall, be like, an alcoholic's attacking me. And I apologize.
How has
apologize
Tamara been
for
on
it.
the defense? She's been on the offense. That's what the argument is about. She came for Shannon all year last year. She wasn't on the defense.
I just hope
No,
we can go
exactly.
back to house and have some shenanigans. 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 You know, I'm glad we got to talk about things
Shenanigans.
because it's fun to listen to you talk about things because you lisp while you do it and not kind of slur. And you smell like alcohol and stuff. I bet if we lit a match in front of Shannon's mouth while she was talking about stuff, she'd look like a dragon. So much alcohol.
This doesn't feel like a safe space. Question: am I allowed to bring my twig back to the house? It's sort of like a service twig. It's to help me with my anxiety. Please let me bring my twig back.
And Tamara throws a napkin at her face. And Shannon's like, who threw a napkin? And Jen says, you know what? I just got triggered.
Did you mean triggered? Look at Shannon. Shannon's triggered right now.
Shannon's like,
Just napkin in my face. Twig.
So now we go back up to Crustacean in Beverly Hills where the women are still eating dinner. And Heather's like, that was delicious. So good. I was like, Heather, you didn't eat a single bite. We all know. The way that we had that, what was it again? Crab. Delicious.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty good for stuff that came out of someone's vagina.
So Heather goes, okay, ladies, we have places to go. There's paparazzi waiting for us. Because now I know them by name. Remember that totally coincidental time when we ran into the paparazzo earlier today. And then we see a flashback to that lady being like, I know for a fact that other paparazzi had no idea you'd be at Disneyland.
As part of the paparazzi network, we all know each other, and I know for a fact it was spoken of in our community very deeply. Heather had nothing to do with any paparazzi being called.
Yeah, because, one thing that the paparazzi love to do is drive all the way down to Disneyland and spend like $150 to walk around on spec, hoping they see a celebrity.
It was her assistant. And Shane's like, no, it wasn't that either. Oh my God, what is ringing in my house? Everything is turned off. Why are things ringing? Ben, I'm telling you, every ringer is turned off.
It always goes through. My parents have a way. They have somehow been able to circumnavigate every single control on Apple. Like, it doesn't matter. I turn everything off and my phone will still ring in the middle of a movie theater. It's my parents being like, we just wanted to call and say hi. I'm like, how do you always know when I'm in a theater? They have an uncanny ability. Also, as long as we're talking about it, when can we finally when can we make it more authoritative that if you put your phone on silent, it's truly silent? How many times have you put your phone on silent and then you turn on Instagram and it's like blah 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 blah? I'm like, I'm on silent. Why is Instagram playing loud right now? Why?
I don't know, but it's bizarre. I have everything on Do Not Disturb, and still it's like ding, 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 ding. Everything starts dinging around me, and it wasn't doing this, I feel like, yesterday. Anyway, no one is here to hear me complain about iPhone rings, okay? But you know what? This is happening in real time.
Tamara, do not disturb Tamara, and she disturbs me.
So anyway, Heather's like,
my iOS devices are tammering me. They just won't shut up.
Anyway, I hope you appreciate my feelings about Tamara, ladies. Was I scared of her before? Yes, because she's mean. And I have had many difficult people in my life. And I started to tell her a story about my father. So we see 2 weeks ago, Heather's talking with Tamara, and she's like, you remind me a little bit about my dad, because in public with our family, he would have these outbursts. And
I remind you of your dad. Why? Was he hot? Was he a real hot bitch?
He had outbursts in public. That's what he would do with the family. And she's like,
I don't have outbursts with my family in public.
I was like, please don't be such a literalist, Tamara.
She's like, no, it's not me.
So now Heather comes back and is like, so she blew it off. And she never came back to it and hadn't asked me about it since. Sort of like Taylor Armstrong with her acting career. So Gretchen's like,
so what was the situation with your dad like?
So then Heather's like, thank you for asking.
I will tell you right now. Shane, cue the music. My dad died a few years ago, and there's unresolved things. We've gone into it at the Groundlings. Now, I've blown it off for years, and he would sometimes act in a certain way that, would be very uncomfortable for me and my sisters in public, uncomfortable. He would have an explosion, whether we were at a restaurant or on vacation, and it was embarrassing, and it was disturbing, and it was upsetting.
I'm like, get in line, Heather DeBro. Whose dad has... You should see my dad at a restaurant.
I was just gonna say, you want to compare traumas to Ben's? Ben hanging out with his dad in a restaurant. Oh my God!
Let me tell you something. Heather DeBro is from Chappaqua, New York, and I remember once going to a sushi restaurant with my parents in Chappaqua, New York, and the waiter, the waitress was just not coming around at all. And my dad was convinced that the waitress had seen him and was ignoring him. And so he started fuming. And then eventually he walked up to the sushi bar and he goes, the next thing that comes to our table better be the food or the check. And then I had two friends that were there at the restaurant too, and they were looking like terrified. I was like, no, it's just my dad. Though it was mortifying. But then at a certain point, you realize that you have more power in those situations. You just go, Dad, stop it.
Oh God, we both got
And he doesn't
nightmare
do it
parents in
anymore.
restaurants. My mom is the queen of, excuse me, I've noticed that they all got their food and we were here first. So is there something? That's her thing. Like she's
I have a little bit of
always,
that in me
someone's
myself
always
sometimes.
ahead of her in the restaurant game. She's like, they like them better. Why would their food come? I said, Mom, waiters don't sit in the back. And they're like, you know what? The lady at table 10's a bitch. Serve the other ones first. Let's just see if we can. She goes, but it happens every time. And this does happen to her all the time. Everyone else gets their food and they either forget hers or hers just takes like an extra 5 to 10 minutes to come out. And I said, I think it's what you're putting out into the world. This is what you're doing. Like you're literally like creatively visualizing failure on food delivery. You know?
Well, to be fair, sometimes my dad does definitely have a right to lose his mind, because one time we went to a restaurant and we had put in our drink order and it had been 25 minutes and our lemonades still had not arrived. So the waitress came back and my dad was like, where's our lemonades? So she was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. So she went back and the owner of the restaurant came out, and he came out and he's like, we're trying to run a restaurant here. And he's like, have you ever worked in the restaurant before? He's like, and my dad was like, no, but I've eaten in many of them. He's like, okay, well, you think the guy goes, he's like, well, you think you think I give a shit about what you have to say? And my dad goes, you think I give a shit about what you have to say? And then the guy goes, well, guess what? And he yells this over the entire room. He goes, guess what? We took a poll and we all voted, and you're our least favorite customers in the restaurant. And my dad goes, then my work here is done. That owner was a dick. So I was
That's
like,
funny.
that was when my dad's abilities were used to get a
His power, he used his power for good. That shit's funny.
Yeah, I just feel like Heather, I just feel like it's a pretty, I don't know if it's a common thing or not, but I feel like after all these years, Heather's like, oh, I finally have a family trauma for television. My dad would lose his mind in a restaurant once in a while. Yeah. It happens.
It's just Heather trauma, I'm sure it's traumatic for her, but to everyone else with any kind of parental trauma, it's like, really? That's it? It's like, is there an ellipses at the end of this? Because I need more. I need more than my dad's a dick in the restaurant. Like, get in line.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but I love Tamara's. It's like,
I've never been mean to my family in a restaurant. What's she talking about?
so,
I can't possibly be like a dad. First of all, I'm a girl, he's a boy. So this is ridiculous.
well, you can't put expectations on someone that can't reach the expectation, which is why I try and force feed my child sweet potatoes.
Yeah, you can't put expectations on someone that can't reach the expectation, which is why I complain about my mom every single season of this show.
So Emily tells us it's difficult for Tamara to have real friendships because she feels compelled to argue or be combative. You know what, Emily? I don't know where you got that law degree, but God damn it, you're smart. I mean, that is some deep thinking there. It's tough for Tamara to have real friendships because she's combative. You think? You think?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then she's like, yeah, I always think, she's like, oh, I think she's always thinking in terms of strategizing. I feel like it's always like some kind of chess game, which is why I always have her side. I'm like, do you hear the words you're saying about this person who you blindly follow episode after episode and defend? And then you're like, yeah, she's manipulative and combative and she's playing chess with you all the time.
And I'm really scared of her, so I'm going to do whatever she fucking wants to. So Heather's like, and maybe that's why I give her allowances. You give her allowance? No, not allowance. I still give Gina allowance, okay, but I give Tamara allowances. You give her more allowance than you give Gina? That's not fair.
However, I just realized, do you know this is
part of the psychology around like what we're talking about. Like, yes, thank you, Gretchen. Thank you for connecting the dots that were connected about 10 minutes ago. Wait a second. I just realized that your feelings about your dad connect directly to your feelings in Tamra. It's like, yeah, you did it, Gretchen. You really did it.
Yes, and maybe I parent the way I do because of this, because I've created my family the way I have, because you can't control where you come from, but you can control who your children hang out with. Do you
You
understand?
can't control where you come from, but you can control your servants. That's why they have a separate doorbell.
You can teach your children to control a maid.
You can't control where you're from, but you can control your proximity to Drake, a rapper.
I love the fact that Heather's opening up, and I don't feel like I get to see a lot of that from Heather. She should share more, because it would help people understand her better. Okay, Gretchen. So they're done, and...
Okay, Gretchen.
That's
That's all we
okay,
have to say with
Gretchen.
Gretchen. Okay, Gretchen, thanks.
That's just such a dingbat. So
Yes.
Heather's decided, since this is girls' night and we're doing fun girl things together as women who are girls, we're going to go to the Abbey. This is where homosexuals go to have a good time. Let's do it.
Gretchen's like, no, stop. Yeah, let's go as real girlfriends do. Let's go to the Abbey at 7 p.m. on a Tuesday and have a rollicking good time.
They really hit the Abbey at that time where there's no one there. I went there this week around that time. My cousin was in town. We were just gonna like have a drink, and I was like, "Well, the Abbey's good at this time because it's quiet and you can just sit outside and chat. It's like a nice place to chat." But it was like early, and they're blasting. I mean, the music was like pumping the cars. You know, it was so loud, and there was nobody in there, and there was just a line of strippers standing there, so bored, like just kind of pinching their dicks. Like, come on. Make an effort. Like they were trying to make them work, and they're just like yawning. I was like, nobody wants to see a bunch of yawning strippers in an empty place with music pumping our brains out, you guys. We need to like give the strippers violins or something during happy hour, you know, and then they can slowly, they can slowly get crazier throughout the night or something. But yeah, so they chose to go at that time. There's like 2 people in there.
I know. And look, we all get it. You know, bars are empty at the beginning and then they fill up. But it was just funny because the women went, clearly it was like 7 o'clock. Like you could look in the shots, you could see there was no one there. And they were trying to frame it in a way like, no, this is like, it's party time, it's crazy. But it was just one of these like really sad things where they were pretending like they were having this crazy wild party when it was just like, it's like when they shoot like a lunch scene at a restaurant clearly at like 4 p.m. and there's no one in the restaurant. Like that's what was going on here.
The Abbey should have dragged in people because it made it look sad. It looked really sad in there. It looked desolate. It's like this is how far the Abbey has fallen. Now it's Gretchen, Emily, and Heather Dubrow hanging out at the Abbey. It's like, is this supposed to be a commercial for the Abbey? I don't think it's not giving what you think it's giving.
Who would have thought that 3 gay icons, Heather Dubrow, Emily Simpson, and Gretchen Rossi, wouldn't have just brought in throngs of gays? Shocking. But before they even get there, you know, because they're like, let's go dance. And Emily's like, wait a second. I think I've got some Fireball. And she empties out her purse like, oh, on the table. And I'm just like, again, it's like what I said last week. I can't stand this, like, when Emily is like being... like, I'm in a fancy restaurant, so I'm gonna act silly now, like a kid. I'm like, oh God, just
so tacky.
Why are you spilling it? And then she has like a gummy bear that she's like putting in her mouth, and I'm like, just
it's like, look, I've got
Gummy worms. I have enough for all of us. They fell out of my purse. Isn't that insane? I keep gummy worms in my purse.
We get it, Emily. You're a woman who carries calories in her purse. You're just fucking hilarious. Okay.
So then over in Temecula, the other women come back to their rental, and Tamara's like, we gotta change the mood. So they are gonna they're just like being silly and humping around and stuff like that. Just like, what was that song? Ain't nobody humping around. Is that Bobby Brown? Anyway, Tamara is like, oh my God, look, Gina, I can't even imagine you being horny. Gina's like, yeah.
I'm like a very much a different person in the bedroom because, like, you know, we know that song, you know, where they say I'm a lady in the streets, but a freak in the bed. My freak version is going like this. Oh, do me.
Yeah, like in the bedroom, I say things like I would only say in the bedroom. Like, live, laugh, love.
She's just like reading all of her word art.
Do me.
She's like, kitchen, toaster, bake.
She puts on panties that has like the Gather font, but it just says
Vagina.
or maybe it just says Gather.
Gather.
Yeah, it still just says gather.
And she's like, yeah, I'm like real private. And Tamara says, you're not like a public fucker. And Jan's like, public, what? Public, what is a public fucker?
What? It's a lyric. What? Yeah, she's a private fucker. I'm like, what? What? Do I know what a public fucker is?
No. So they're just like hanging around. They're just being silly, you know. They're gonna go in the hot tub and everything. And she's doing a whole spiel about how since Shannon doesn't want to wear a bathing suit, she got them all T-shirts that have like bikinis drawn on them that they're gonna wear instead.
Yeah, Tamara.
You know what? Shannon feels insecure about being in the bikini. So I got 5XL cotton shirts with a bikini drawn on the front of them. And we're going to make Shannon go in the pool with the shirt on. It's going to be hilarious. It's such a lighthearted thing to do to an insecure person.
Okay, Gina, here's yours. This is size XL. Here's mine, size XL. And here's yours, Shannon, size AA. Okay, put it on.
So yeah, so she's like, you know, I just want to be funny and quirky, like Shannon is. I'm just trying to be funny and quirky, like Shannon. Okay, come on, we're gonna have fun, goddammit. So they go to change and get wacky. By the way, there is no chemistry with that crew. They look like they're having a miserable time. Jen, I mean, none of them are having a good time in Temecula. It's hard to watch. You know, it's hard.
Yeah. So then up at the Abbey, now these ladies arrive. And I'll tell you, I mean, nothing says, woohoo, let's go to the Abbey like Gretchen's hair. Like Gretchen put on the perfect hair for the Abbey. This 1960, she looks like the mom from the Wonder Years. So
she's like, we're going to the Abbey? Maybe I should do my Nancy Grace outfit. I'm gonna wear my Nancy Grace hair.
That's exactly right. So and Emily's like, oh wow, Gretchen, what time will you be performing? And then we have a flashback to Gretchen performing with the Pussycat Dolls in 2013. Times have changed. So they're like that. The strippers are writhing on them, and it's all very exciting. One of those strippers, I used to go to the gym. One of those strippers used to go to my gym, and he always looked so cute. I had no idea he was a stripper at the Abbey. I was like, wow, the hot guy from the gym. Good for him. He really made it.
Well, the Abbey is all in good fun. This isn't like Tamara's Bachelorette with people putting wieners in your ears. Okay, when Gretchen hired those strippers and they were exposing their donkey meat with the cock ring and ear fucking girls. Okay, it's not that.
And we see a flashback of Heather Febrezing the strippers. But to be fair, she just thought that they were butlers. This is what I do with all the servants. Psst.
Yeah. That was the trip that ruined Tamara and Gretchen's relationship because they had spent the whole season like, we're friends now. Aren't we friends? Let's make up. And the whole season they were like, yeah, we're friends now. We're such good friends. And then at the Bachelorette party, Gretchen planned all this stuff for Tamara and this trip. And then Tamara didn't even invite her out to party. And she got really upset about it.
I forgot about that.
It ruined
She went out with like Vicky.
Yeah.
Vicky. And
yeah, they went out and got wasted after. And Tamara's like, or Gretchen's like,
You couldn't even invite me. I planned this whole party for you, and you went out and partied without me. I thought we were friends. Like, that's your dumb slut. You stupid slut. Why is everybody so mad at me? I don't get it.
So Emily is now dancing on the table. The strippers are strippering, and Gretchen's like,
Wow, I feel like Emily's not getting enough at home. I mean, she's like riding that cowboy.
I'm like, well, wouldn't you if the option is this like muscle-clad man or Shane? Gretchen, once again, really, she's like,
Wow, Wow, it's almost like she's married to Rumpelstiltskin. Wow.
So now they dance and they take turns on the poles, and Gretchen reminds us that she's an experienced pole dancer, okay?
As a matter of fact, in my 20s, I kicked a couple strippers off the stage and took their position. That was in New Orleans. That was the old good days. That was the old good days.
I love Gretchen English.
Yeah, the old good days. And Emily's like, yeah, I like Gretchers when she drinks a little bit.
Okay.
She's like a whole different Gretchers.
Listen, I've fucking had enough of Gretchers. I've had enough. Can we just normalize not saying the word Gretchers? I don't think there's a more annoying word this year. Gretchers. Gretchers.
It's also like I hate a nickname that doesn't actually speed things up. It's just as fast to say Gretchers. If not, and it actually involves a little bit more sound because you have to add an S to it. It's actually, you wind up saying Gretchers. You say, it doesn't make it faster to say Gretchen by calling her Gretchers. That being said, I actually have no problem with Gretchers, to be honest. I wish I could yes and you like Heather at the Groundlings, but I'm
I
not
can't
bothered by
stand the word fucking Gretchers. It's making me crazy. Stop trying to make Gretchers happen. I can't take it. It bugs me. Maybe it's irrational. I guess it's irrational, but it really, really bugs me. So
The
Emily
irony
is-
that it was Gretchen Wiener who tried to make fetch happen, and now it's Gretchers that is trying to be made to be happening.
yes.
Now I'm speaking Gretchen language. So Emily is like, yeah, I like Gretchers when she drinks a little bit. It's like a whole different Gretchers. And I'm like, wow, drunk Gretchers? I like drunk Gretchers over praying Gretchers. And then it cuts to like this footage of Gretchen like doing some video for Instagram in her car with the kid in the background being like,
And just remember, Jesus loves you. God bless.
Should we FaceTime Shane? Why?
that no one ever in the history of ever.
Why would you do? Why would you do that?
Why? Even Tim Cook is like, okay, we're gonna shut down Apple. It's like, we will make sure that every notification gets to Ron and Karam, but we're not gonna allow any excessive FaceTiming. with
Yeah,
Shane.
and now we think you're gonna love it, guys. New surprise: the iPhones are now refusing to show Shane on FaceTime. It's like, thank you, I will buy that phone. I will buy that phone. Charge me whatever you need to. I don't even care about your new chip. Okay.
Yeah, this would be a good use of AI. Just intercept the call. So
Yeah.
Emily, so she calls, and there's Keller and Luke and all them, and Shane is like saying, he's like, yeah, I got a plane simulator for Luke's iPad. Oh, even though it's difficult, and I think about what's going on at home. I mean, Luke is now flying planes, and I'm missing all of it. As moms, we do need to step away and understand that bodies can be tall, hard, and beautiful once in a while.
So back in the car, she hangs up with Shane, and it was a riveting call. And Heather's like, you know what we should have done? Karaoke. That's what we should have done. And Gretchers is like,
Can we find a karaoke place? Do you think they'll play my song?
wait, I forgot that you had a song. Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
I forget. Sometimes
But now
I
that
forget.
you remind me, my head is absolutely pounding. Alfredo, do you have an Advil?
It's, sometimes I forget that you have a song also. So was your song also written by Richard Marx the way mine was? No. Oh, who wrote your song? I'm not familiar. Anyway, multi-Grammy Award winner Richard Marx sang my song that we sang on TV and that two podcasters like to sing by themselves quite often to this day.
I do whatever I want. Whatever I want to.
God, it's such
Gretchen
a good song.
should
I
cover
swear to
that.
God. I know. We should get Gretchen to fill in for Dr. Jen's part on that song because Dr. Jen, I mean, talk about a temp track. Like, that woman should not be on any single. Like, whatever that song plays and they get to Dr. Jen's line, she's like, I do my own thing and I do what I want. I'm like, oh God, Dr. Jen.
So Gretchen tells them she doesn't only have a song. She has 4 songs. And we see a flashback to 2012. Gretchen singing in the studio.
You'll never break me, break me, break me down. You'll never get me to pay his child support. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. You say child support. I say mild support. Stop saying child support.
You'll never break me, break me, break me, break me down. That's actually a song dedicated to her Aquanet hair. That thing is not going to break. That is
Those
good.
layer has holes, but it was worth it. You'll never break me, break me, break me down.
We need Gretchen and Sheena to do a duet. As long as they're besties, they should be duetting together. I mean, I did not realize that the Gretchen Rossi songbook had already had quadrupled in size since we last saw it. But I had forgotten that she had a song, but we should have remembered because didn't that song play during her engagement with Slade on top of the building, their fake engagement?
Yeah, I remember that one.
You're gonna get engaged to me. I'm not writing checks to your ex. Well, that rhymed.
A great song, Gretchen.
The song is called "Oh That Rhymed." Emily,
Oh, that rhymed by Gretchen Rossi. Oh, that rhymed.
Does Tamara know that? Because if Tamara knew that you had 4 songs, I feel like she'd play them. I'm going to text her.
so Gretchen goes,
Yeah, well, Tamara tried to be a singer. However, I have the audio of her trying to sing in the studio, and it's like not very good.
now I just want to say the exact quote. I have the audio of her because, of course, I'm always going to continue to relitigate the Katie case. This is going to go in, by the end of the episode, the file of Gretchen is a fucking liar.
Yeah.
She continues to lie and change her stories all the time.
Compulsively, along with her husband.
Compulsively.
Still lying over there. Let's just not call Gretchen out again. That'll be fun. That's a fun plot twist.
Yes.
And when she says
Heather's
Tamara
like-
tried to be a singer, but she's not good. Okay, Celine, you're Gretchen.
I know.
Are you
Yeah.
really judging anybody else's track?
Yeah, okay. Well, I can't wait to hear more about this when we go see your residency in Las Vegas, Gretchen Rossi. So Heather's like, now I need to hear this. Oh, that's hilarious. And Gretchen's like, no, find it. Find it right now. It's like, no, you must find it. Do you want to sleep in a canopy bed tonight or not? Get the song.
When did Tamara go to a studio?
When she banged bleep.
And so apparently Tamara fucked this producer of this music. And Heather's like, personally, I do not know this singer.
Is it? If
Do
it's
they
not
know
Drake,
Barry
it's-
Manilow?
If it's not Drake, unfortunately, I'm just not up on who it could possibly be. Sorry.
I am looking close to property next door to the Weekend. Is that who you're talking about? No, I don't know then.
Is it the kid Leroy? It's like, no. So Emily is like, she's like, well, I'm Gen X, so of course I know who it is. So that's like
It's Fiona
little,
Apple.
that-
Like, who is it?
I know. Is it the lead singer of Candlebox? Maybe it's
Silverchair.
yeah, Silverchair.
That's the
We know
producer
who-
for
we know that
Silverchair.
The lead singer of Silverchair. He's shining away. Then in Australia,
Shine.
Melbourne. I am curious. Wait, I'm curious. Who do you think it might be? Who do you think, Tamara? What Gen X famous singer might Tamara have banged?
I don't know, but wouldn't it be a producer? So I guess they're saying she was banging a
be.
singer, went to the studio to see this singer, and then recorded something in the studio while this. I mean, I don't know. I can't
I'm
guess.
gonna say
I have no guesses. I don't know anybody really. Amy Grant. I mean,
it was a lesbian moment with Amy Grant. I'm gonna say one of the Nelsons, one of the Nelson brothers.
but
I think
weren't they?
Tamara sees-
Oh, okay. Would that make sense? Weren't the Nelson brothers before our time?
Well, they were like their song was like 1990. That's right in the heart of Gen X.
Oh, you mean Nelson?
Yo, not like Willie Nelson. I mean like Nelson, like I can't live without your love and affection.
You mean like bop? No, that's Hanson. That's Hanson.
Hanson.
Oh my
How
God,
dare
if it was
you.
Hanson, that would be mortifying. She's like,
Yeah, I had sex with some 16-year-olds.
it's like, okay, that's. I guess I would have been really young then, so that's awkward. Okay, so who's Nelson?
Nelson, the two brothers, the long blonde hair, and their dad was a famous singer. They're both Nepo babies. And like they're like it's connected to that whole like Carney Wilson, Mamas and Papas world or whatever. But
Mhm.
Nelson, they had like a moment in like 1990, 1991, and they had a song that says, I can't live without your love and affection. I can't live another day on my own. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. I can't live without your love. It's actually an amazing song. And they have
I'm surprised they didn't last, honestly.
Well, the last I heard of them was when I went to Disney World in 2010, and I went to Epcot, and I was drinking around the world. And when I got to the America part of drinking around the world there, I had a Bud Light with my friend Michelle, and they have a little stage. We went to stage, and Nelson took the stage, and they had cut off their hair. Their hair was short, and they were singing all they were singing all their dad songs. And then at the end, they said, "Okay, and now this is the song that I think you guys may have heard of." And it was like, I can't live without your love and affection. I can't live another day on my own.
People laughed.
It was great,
They're like, I'm not
actually.
going to sit here and listen to this short-haired bullshit. I'm out of here.
Honestly, when they had that long hair, it was really fun. You should look up a picture of them. They were like Targaryens. They're like two singing Targaryens.
I've got them in my head. So Gretchen, so
Ricky
Tamara
Nelson was
fucks
their dad.
Ricky Nelson. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. He was a big star.
Someone's gonna be like, it was Ricky Nelson. Ricky Nelson was their father. Ricky Nelson is their father.
So yeah, Tamara fucks somebody, probably Nelson. And Heather's like,
I'm sorry. I don't want to belabor this point. If you knew who Nelson was, I think you would really co-sign. Like, it would make total sense if Tamara tried to fuck one of the Nelson brothers. Like, if you knew what the Nelson brothers looked like, you'd be like,
okay, I'm looking at him right
Tamara.
now. Okay, here's what came up. Nelson Mandela, Willie Nelson,
That's not, yeah.
Lord Nelson, and Nelson. Here they are. They both look like Gretchen.
They both actually look like Kristen Takeman.
Here, I'll put it up on the screen so people can see who are watching on demand.
Yeah,
Because this is Gretchen.
I have a Nelson one as well. Let's see what. Yep.
right?
Yeah, it's actually like Lori Waring and Vicky. It's actually very close to Lori Waring and Vicky.
Yeah.
It's not even joking. Like, the one on the left is Vicky, the one on the right is Lori Waring. This is like, this is.
Do you think they've made out? I think they've made out.
Yeah.
There,
With
I
Tamara.
said it. No, with each other. Okay, so let's remove this now short-haired bullshit from my screen.
You
Okay,
see why
so-
once they cut their hair, they lost a lot of appeal, right?
Yeah, it's biblical. It's what happened to
Harry
Samson.
Russell.
He was very strong. He was like the strongest man in the world. And then his girlfriend, Delilah, cut his hair. And then he couldn't fight anybody. And I think he got killed. Did he get killed? Probably. Because that's what happened to
think
people
so.
with long hair who cut their hair.
You know what? I stand by Delilah. She's like, you know what? If you can't fight with short hair, then you could never fight in the first place. Get this together.
Delilah for the win. So Heather is like, was Tamara married when she had sex with Nelson? And Gretchen's like, "Meh." She just shrugs. She says, oh, that would be bad. Oh, God, this is ancient history. Who cares? Who cares if Tamara cheated on her guy? Except that Tamara's a total hypocrite, of course, and was coming for Gretchen that whole time for cheating. So, yeah, I guess it would matter 13 years ago. But here
And it
we
also,
are.
and by the way, and note how willing and able and unbothered Gretchen is by casually just dropping an allegation against Tamara. Now, I'm not offended by the allegation. I'm just saying that when they raked Katie over the coals and Gretchen saying, like, I would never say that. I never said that. And then here she is, just happily just throwing out an allegation that could be harmful to Tamara. And please don't, this is not a Tamara defense. This is more of a, like, hey, Gretchen moment for me. Just notice, everyone. Just notice. how
That
we
would have been during the
her.
Simon years, right?
It doesn't
Or
matter.
was
Was
it-
there never was a break in between Simon and Eddie, which is
Oh,
its own
that's true.
interesting
So it
thing.
was one of them. Well, okay. So now they go back to Heather's penthouse, and Heather's like, "Oh, Alfredo Nate is here. Hello, hello, Butler." And he's like, "Hey," and Emily's like, hey, Nate, did you ever work at the Abbey? He's like, no, I have not worked it. Would you do it? You should do it, Nate. Take it off, Nate. Hey, Nate, I've got a gummy worm in my purse.
Nate's like, I did audition to be in Downton Abbey, the final chapter, but that didn't work out for me. That's why I'm still dressed like this.
It is so special that you guys are sleeping over. So I wanted to make it cute. The theme is Tent City. Let's go in.
I just wanted to have a nice, cozy sleepover that involves a full spread, a buffet, a butler who stares at us, and canopy beds that are actually just doubles that are way too small for any of us. All right, let's enjoy.
You might notice that I put mosquito netting over the bed. I did this so your pour doesn't leak onto me during the night. Hope nobody minds. Okay, jump in. Isn't this fun? We're girls with beds with lights on them.
Only Heather would say, come over for a fun girls' night sleepover, and then arrange the room like an orphanage with mosquito netting.
It's a hard knock life for you. It's a hard knock life. Get out of my house. Get out of my house now.
Tomorrow, I'm cleaning this place down tomorrow with disinfectant. Get out of my house.
So they jump on the beds and like, oh my God, this is so great. And Emily tells us Annabelle had a sleepover for her 12th birthday and they laid on the couch and watched a movie and ate popcorn. But I go to Heather's house and have a custom bed and twinkle lights and candy and a butler. Oh, I feel like a shitty mom.
Well, one thing doesn't have to do with another, but yeah, you're not a shitty mom because you're not. The one thing I will say to Emily's credit, sounds like she actually put on the better sleepover of the two, if you ask me.
Yeah, because Heather ain't serving carbs at hers, that's for sure. Well, she does have candy, which I guess are carbs, but she has all the fat-free candy, you know? She's like, only gummy type things. There will be no chocolate.
I brought my favorite candy because it's how I describe the cash in my savings. Good and plenty. Good and plenty.
Cost of Heather's sleepover, $15,000. Okay, there are people that are starving, ma'am, okay? You do not need to put mosquito netting with lights over Gretchen, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, get a few air mattresses and put them down.
Let them sleep in your sexy time penthouse.
Yeah. You just, yeah. You're wealthy enough that you should have a big enough sofa that you guys should have all been able to sleep like everyone else at a sleepover, which is like a few kids on the floor and one kid on the sofa. Like that's how it goes.
She should have had like servants come out and hold them to sleep. You know what I mean? Just like be human beds. Just they all have to stand there all night with their arms kind of out. Like just support the ladies
servants
all night.
just get on their hands and knees. They line up next to each other and they then someone just sleeps across it.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Could you move your spine over a little bit, Alfredo? Okay, perfect. Perfect. Thank you. So they all have monogrammed pajamas, etc. They love it. So in Temecula, it's time for swimsuit shirts.
Temecula, they've got t-shirts.
Yes.
They've got wacky shower caps, wacky swim caps to wear with flowers on them.
And Jen comes into Shannon to check on her. And Shannon's like,
Oh, I'm just so tired. First of all, your cap is on backwards. Come on, Jen. I'm trying here with you, Jen.
Jen's like, it is? I'm so sorry. How can you tell? And it's like, well, it's because my mother my grandmother used to wear these all the time, and I'm not saying that I'm one to wear a synchronized swimming turban all the time, but I do wear these actually when the cameras aren't rolling. So okay, turn it around.
Right here, this is the Dubrow joint that I brought. Okay, I brought a Dubrow joint, and this is like a vacation situation. And Heather's marijuana is like the Vouv of marijuana. Okay, and like you need to save that for a special occasion. It's like an emergency joint, and we're busting it out.
Tell me you are banking on Heather's real estate contacts without telling me that you're banking on Heather's real estate contacts.
Oh my God, Heather Dubrow has the best weed in all of Southern California.
Okay, you can sell your 2-bedroom house to my my maid. Enjoy.
This is my friend Gina. She's the leader in the market of servants' quarters. So if anybody needs something, Gina, you sold a 5,000 square foot maid's home. God, good for you. She's so talented. I bought her that jacket.
No, you didn't.
Shut up,
So
you won't get
then-
allowance.
So Tamara is like,
So, Gina, did I do okay? Did I do okay?
Gina's like,
Actually, honestly, I'm like proud of you for like I feel like you did a good job of like taking ownership of stuff and like also communicating the way that you feel.
I'm like, when did Tamara do any of that? Tamara was just doing the Tamara bullshit, you know? Tamara's like,
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm not a fucking walk in the park, okay? Oh, really? I would never have thought so.
Yeah. So now Gina's like, I do think Tamara wants to change, but like she's been in therapy for like 10 minutes. And like you gotta give people space for ghouls. Okay. And that's just how my accent is today. Space for ghouls. I don't know why I'm talking like that, but I am. Space for ghouls. What is she pronouncing her words like that? Does she even have an accent? Because she's starting to remind me of Brittany from like the Valley Vanderpump Rules, who came on with a little lilt and now is all of a sudden like, I went to the store. It's like, where is this coming from? You guys stop playing.
I know. So then Jen's checking in on Shannon and she's like, are you okay after dinner? No, I'm just wondering. And Shannon's like,
Oh, well, it's just a little exhausting. I mean, it was a lot of shaking of that twig, so my arm is just a little tired right now.
Jen's like, well, you know what Gina told me? Gina just said, I don't care. I'm sorry. Gina just said, I care about Tamara. I've known her a long time, but I don't get into my deep, dark secrets with Tamara because that's what you do with your best friends. You hold them at arm's length and don't share anything with them, and then you announce how close you are with them. That's just what she does. Like, wow, it sounds like you're chosen a really great friend if you can't even say anything to them without fear that they're going to regurgitate it and use it against you.
Yeah. So Jen's like, yeah, her cycle's never going to stop. That's just who she is. But let's have some fun. Spoiler alert, they don't ever. This is miserable. This trip is miserable. Shannon's miserable. Shannon really is the big downer on this trip. Like whatever she thinks about Tamara, she's still being extremely tiring on television. It's like, come on, perk up, perk up. So now they decide to go have fun. And then back at Heather's penthouse, Gretchen and Emily are now in Heather's room, I guess, trying on her clothes and throwing her Fendi boxes around and putting on fur coats.
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on in this situation. This was definitely like the movie that did come out like in 1991 where like the poor children get like brought into like the rich family and then they start like raiding the evil stepmom's closet and like putting on coats and like oversized hats and heels, and it's silly, and then she comes in and yells at them and they hatch a plan to like throw eggs at her and make her life torture. That it just I was like,
That sounds really good, actually. What's that movie?
It's called the Gretchen Trap.
I'm really into orphan movies. When I was a kid, my dream was that I was adopted and my real parents were out there somewhere. And I love that movie, Annie. And I lived on my bedroom was on the second story. And so I used to open my window and I used to sit on the windowsill and just sing out to the street. Maybe far away or I would sing songs from Annie like I was an orphan to the whole street. I was like 10. The orphan genre. Just love it.
Wasn't there that movie, The Journey of Natty Gann? I remember, wasn't it like a girl who was like orphaned who was just trying to find something like?
Was that the girl who ran away and like put all of her stuff in a bindle and then met like the gangsters on the train tracks or whatever? Was that what that was?
I think so. Something like
no, that was
like a very
Seeking
brown
Savannah
movie.
or Searching for Savannah or something like that. Oh, God, those were so good. And my mom was like, get in your room or you're going to be grounded. And I was like, no, I'm adopted. I'm going to find my real parents. And she's like, Ronnie, look at your toes. You've got webbed feet. You're ours. Because the Lebanese side, we all have webbed toes. And she's like, just look at your feet.
Ours.
Your dream is dead.
I hate to break it to you, but your parents are alive. Now, get in the car. We're going to the restaurant to make a scene.
Get in the car. We're going to Healthy Last so I can be served last.
If I were an orphan. Yeah,
I gotta have a dream. Okay, so we're back at the penthouse and they're doing like pillow fights and stuff. And Gretchen's just wasted, rolling around in Heather's furs and saying,
I need this coat in my life. I feel like I'm fabulous. Oh my gosh. This is what it would be like to be a billionaire.
And then Ben Mandelker walks in the room. I'm sorry, I meant Heather Dubrow with a look of disgust on her face. And she's like, what? Gretchers? What is wrong with you? Note how I used Gretchers, which shows that I am fun and relatable because I use your nickname, which doesn't even make sense. And she's like,
Everything is fine, Heather. Everything is fine.
And Heather is like, I don't know if you realize this, but I sanction off a small part of my apartment to have silly fun times, and this is not in the silly fun time zone. I do have to insist that we leave here and resume all pillow fighting in the living room / orphanage. Thank you very much.
Alfredo is leading out the other Alfredo in handcuffs. He's like, what did I do? This is what you get for letting them pass the rope.
You have one job. Actually, 2 jobs if you include bringing silverware to Nobu.
Well, I guess we're not making the human bed tonight. We're down in Alfredo. All right, everybody, let's come back to the lighthearted room. I feel like I got in trouble with Mom.
You did, actually. You feel that way because you did.
It's fine. The pillows are fine. Everything is gonna be fine.
Oh, good. We are back in the zone of fun. Hey, does anybody want pizza? Pizza. It's a round dough thing with cheese and tomato sauce. I once used a slice of it to show I was relatable in New York when I dropped some of it on my knee. It was hilarious. Look, I found a whole box of it in my kitchen. Come have some.
Would anybody like to have the most lighthearted meal on the planet? Pizza. Let's do it.
How fun is this? Wow. So Emily is like, I need a Valium. What? Hey, Nate, you ever work at the Abbey? I'm just going to ask you one more time just to remind you. He's like, I have not. So they're
they
eating
eat,
pizza.
and now the grilling begins. Emily's like, so Heather goes, let's talk shit about people. Okay, Gretchen, I'm still intrigued by this song of Tamara's. Was it a pop song? She's like,
I don't freaking remember. What the heck am I supposed to know about it? I don't know nothing. You can't do nothing to me.
like Gretchen's all wasted.
Just like, what are you
So
guys
Heather-
talking about? I need some pizza. You better call 911 and give me some pizza.
Why do you have her singing, first and foremost?
Oh, because somebody sent it to Slade.
So you just kept it? Well, I mean, Heather, yes, of course you keep something like that.
What are you going to
Gretchen goes,
delete it?
No.
Come on. Of course you keep it.
Of course you keep it. It's Tamara singing a Nelson song.
I can't live without your love and affection. Do me right now.
Let's laugh. Love, yeah, baby.
She was really ahead of her time if she was singing that in 1991.
Yeah. And Gretchen's like,
Because someone sent it to Slade, that's why.
so you kept it.
No, they sent it to him and he just had it.
Wait a minute, why does Slade have it? Does he have an archive? Ask him for the song. I just want to hear the song.
Oh, you guys are going to get me in trouble.
I want to hear it too. Come on, let's jam to it. Gretchers, go get your phone. Gretchers. I'm like pulling off my skin on the other side of the TV. I'm like, please stop saying Gretchers.
It's so funny. Gretchers, it's just like 1 millimeter away from just being Gretchen. Just extend the R down a little bit. So Emily's like, I want to hear it. So Gretchen says,
Yeah, this is not good. This could be like really bad. Oh my god, I don't want to show it. They want to show it, you guys. Then World War IX is about to happen, guys.
World War IX.
So-
I honestly believe that Gretchen does not know how many world wars there have been.
World War
Yeah,
IX
actually.
is about to happen.
So back in
down in
Temecula.
Temecula.
Shannon's like, look, I can stand the crackers and synchronize scrimming. Like, oh my God, Shannon said scrimming. Oh, what is, she's putting together a snack tray. I see.
Yeah, she meant to say swimming, and she sort of lays out the crackers with a flourish because it's like synchronized swimming. And Tamara's like, we should take a picture. And Jen tells us, okay, see, this is the stuff I love. This is a girl's trip. You know, putting crackers on a tray. That's what we live for, those moments. And Tamara's got fun, ups for stuff for us, stuff for us to go swimming in. And when I get back, I'm going to think about what our friend was like before all this. And, Tamara and I had fun, and Tamara's a good time, And Tamara they're like taking photos. And then Gina does this whole bit about how Shannon's like the madam of the synchronized swim team. And they do like this whole bit of like Shannon being a synchronized swimmer, and it's like silliness in Temecula.
Yeah, they're having a crazy time. So let's go over to Beverly Hills. Gretchen is looking for her phone. It's like, Siri, where you at, bitch? Where you at?
Gretchers, where's your phone?
I can't find it. I'm looking everywhere. It's someone. Oh, hey, I found it.
So they're like saying how Emily's like, I need to hear the song. I'm not going to let her off the hook. This is what happens at sleepovers. You drink Fireball, and then you talk shit about your nemesis. I was like, I don't remember drinking Fireball when I was 11 years old at my friend's sleepover, but that's fine. We have different.
Well, we all grow up differently, I guess. So then Gretchen FaceTimes Slade, who is so excited. He's like got his ring light out. He's like got like bronzer. He's like ready to go. He did his full like face contouring. He's like, hello. He's holding a microphone. He's like, hello, it's me, Slade. Just another casual night at home. What can I do for you, ladies? Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah. And so Emily's like, well, it has come to my attention that there's maybe an audio recording of Tamara singing in a studio. And he goes, oh, what? Well, the story goes, this was her trying to record a song, and then the two of them started messing around, and then they forgot they were recording, so the audio of their extracurriculars is on there too. Isn't that hilarious? What? It's a song of them having sex? Oh.
Well, that's what I've been told. I'm not really, I wouldn't know. Wait, you said you had the audio. Just
No, I said I heard the audio of her in the studio trying to sing. Did you hear the other audio, Slade?
He's like, yeah, it was played for me. No, we wanted to hear her sing. I don't care about the other stuff. I really don't. That's just so, it's just so, it's just so poor. So poor.
If I wanted to hear a possum groaning, I would just tune into some of Wendy Malick's acting choices. So Emily is like, Slade, I mean, he literally like salivates at the mouth when he gets to talk about Tamara. I mean, Shane would have just told me, shut the fuck about Tamara and move on. Then again, he says that about really anything I say. So Slade just like feeds it. He feeds it and feeds it and feeds it and feeds it.
Yeah. Yeah, Slade's gross. And so now, of course, they don't have the recording, and then Slade tells us, when it comes to Tamara, I'm not really interested in, sharing dirt on Tamara, but I am interested in telling the truth. Oh, yeah. So, Slade,
thank you
real
for being a
truth warrior
teller in
over
this
there.
moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for this. So
Bastion
wait,
of
so
honesty. Slade Smiley, ladies and gentlemen. You slime bag. Get the fuck out of here and take Gretchers with you.
So Gretchen says, I have a recording of Tamara singing, and then it becomes, oh, I don't have it. Slade has it. And then it becomes, yeah, I have a recording of her singing, and then they forget the mic is on, so then they start having sex. You can hear the sex, and it's like, oh, but actually I don't have that. It was just played for me, and oh, we don't have that audio, but we have audio of her singing, but then we still don't even hear the singing audio. So, it's hard. Just saying, when we've already seen you say, I went to the hospital, I didn't go to the hospital, and now this story is rapidly changing while we're hearing it. We're really supposed to believe that Katie is just like the one who's totally fallible in this entire stupid situation earlier this season. I don't think so, is what I'm trying to say. I don't think so.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's hypocrisy, these people. But he didn't say he actually has a recording, right, of the song?
I don't know. At that point, let's see.
I'm just like interested in the truth. Okay.
Gretchen said that they had a recording. Well, she just say this right in here somewhere in the middle. Now I'm going.
She
to the
said she
text.
has the recording of Tamara, but then she said, no, Slade has a recording. Then Slade says, no, I don't have the recording, but I heard it. And they were fucking in the recording.
And Gretchen says, no, I said I heard the audio of her in the studio trying to sing the song. So now it's like, do you have it? Do you not have it? Because
Liar.
you are lying. Okay,
You are
get
a
Bangs in here,
liar.
do another
You are a
polygraph
liar.
test.
Yeah, lie. So then Emily's like, okay, well, if you're not going to show us the song, Slade, we're going to go back to our slumber party. Bye, loser. So they hang up on him, and Heather's like, let's go do what girls do, hang out in our beds. I could really use the comfort of mosquito netting surrounding me right about now.
Yeah. And Gretchen's like,
You guys can't go back to Tamara and tell her this because this is going to be a problem. Oh, no.
too late. You're with Emily Simpson, okay?
Yeah.
So,
And also, you just brought it up on camera and called Slade on. Like, what do you think is going to happen? So now she's going to try and turn it.
I don't want the girls to say anything about the extracurricular activity because that's not why I called Slade. I called him because I wanted to hear the footage of Tamara in the studio sounding like a drowned rat.
So, not to beat a dead horse, but you know what? Sometimes you just got to beat a dead horse. It's dead, right? Who cares? But so now
How else
Gretchen
you get
wants us
glue?
So Gretchen wants us to believe that when Katie says that there's a cover up, that Gretchen called and said, don't talk about this shit. Don't talk about this. What I said at Javier's or whatever, like, we're just going to deny. Don't say that I said this on camera. And then when Katie says, she said this and told me to say this, and Gretchen goes, what? That's crazy. I never said don't say this. And yet now, literally 2 episodes later, Gretchen is dropping some bombs and then saying, don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone. And now we're supposed to like not believe Katie on this?
Yep.
I'm sorry, Gretchen.
Literally doing the exact same thing again. Covering up. Another cover up.
Yes, I actually controversially am greatly enjoying Gretchen's return this season, but she's full of shit. She's full of total shit.
Yeah, she's a liar. So back in Temecula, it's pool time. Gina lights her joint, and she's like,
I'm what they like to call a California super. Like, I enjoy a little THC. Okay.
So, you know, they're going to get Shannon to smoke. And it's like, I can't. I have a cough, okay, since 2008. So I can't. I can't do that.
A 2008 cough.
she's like, she's not like
Doc Holiday. Like, does she have, what does she have, like a black lung? Like, come on.
Well, I did go to a barbecue once and they were using a coal barbecue. I am afraid that I may have developed some black lung from that barbecue. So please don't joke about that. It's very serious. 2008 was a tough year. Tough year for all of us.
Well, I'm going to say this, and I hope you don't take offense to this, Shannon, but, like, I like you. I really do. And I worry about you because, like, Matt just had a heart attack, and it freaks me out. And, like, I worry about you, Shannon. She goes, I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. Thank you for your lukewarm, passive-aggressive care, but I'm fine.
Well, I'm so glad that someone had to almost drop dead before you had some shred of concern about me, but it makes you feel any better. I eat salmon regularly, occasionally stuffed with cream cheese, and my heart may be broken, but it is good. So don't worry about me. Don't worry.
And Tamara, who just a couple of weeks ago got so wasted on booze and benzos that she had a breakdown and ran away and quit, now says,
I think Gina's concerns are the same concerns that I've had, and it's Shannon's drinking. It just takes a toll on your body. Poor Shannon.
please be quiet. We've seen you wasted and making a fool out of yourself on this show for over a decade, ma'am.
I believe the term is not wasted. I believe the term is sloshed.
That is the pot calling the kettle one black, and I will not stand for it.
So you think you were going to call her and she's not going to answer someday? You think that's what's going to happen? He was like, no, it's just like, you know, it's like over 40 now. I'm like very aware that you could have serious health things that happen to you. It's just like freaky. Like, I don't like that. It's weird. I feel bad.
Well, inside I'm 26. Well, 28. Okay, I turned 28 inside. Okay, I admit it. My inside is 28. Are you happy?
Well, I'm 28 on the inside, but I'm a dignified and classy inside 28, unlike that slutty outside 28 on the beach. Just like, okay, all right. The girls, her girls are out of the house, and she's like being by herself. And I just like truly believe that it's like way easier to make bad decisions when you're alone. That's all.
I'm like, well, yes, based on your fashion sense, I would agree. You can make some really bad decisions when you're alone.
But based on the lack of improvement in your fashion sense and the fact that we've seen Matt watching you pack, I would say your decisions don't get much better with a partner. So,
And also, I would say, based on all the word art in your home, it seems like you can make bad decisions even when you're out in public around people in Marshalls.
Well, I'm sitting at home with my dog. I'm watching news. I'm doing my Sudoku, and I'm timing myself at every single one, and I'm really getting good. So I don't bring up this kind of stuff because I have a very good life right now. It's very good. I'm very good at time Sudoku.
Yes, I do my daily puzzle from Lonely People's Quarterly. They have an app, and they release a daily Sudoku while you wait for the next edition of Lonely People's Quarterly. Why do they release it only once every 3 months?
I've really been into a new game called Curdle, where every day you try and find 5 different kinds of milk to jot down. I don't know.
Yeah. I like to play a game called Spelling Bean. It's not spelling bee, it's spelling bin. BEEN, as in everything's past tense for you now. You're a has been, and you spell things, and you only find words that are in the past tense.
So back in Beverly Hills,
a word that's very popular is left, divorced, and used to be
Betrayed.
just one big compound word.
No.
Betrayed.
Cheated on, which is weird because that's 2 words, but they accept it.
So back in Bev Hills, it's time for bed. And they all led the slumber parties. And Gretchen's like,
Oh my God, legit? This is my favorite slumber party.
stop talking, Gretchen. I'm trying to sleep.
But it's my favorite slumber party. I love you, girls.
Good night, John Boy. Shut up.
Emily, I love you. Good night, Emily.
Shut the fuck up, Gretchen.
Good night. Does anyone want me to sing them to sleep? You're never gonna break me. You're never gonna bring me.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's like a mashup. She should do a mashup with Tamara. Okay.
Yeah, she really should.
So Temecula, it's time to wake up, and Shannon is stressing out because she's making something from a recipe and trying to turn on ovens and play with all of her bakeware. And she's just stressing out, going over all of her stuff. And Tamara's like,
Need help cooking?
and she's like,
Well, I may have a pot for you to stir. Yeah, okay. Don't bother me. I'm very, very busy.
I am making what everyone wants when they wake up: cauliflower rice, hash browns. So does anyone want some non-potato hash browns made of cauliflower? That's what everyone wants for breakfast, right?
Hope we're down for some watery hash browns.
So Tamara's like, she's like, sup, bitch? Like, how's your new house, Shannon? Are you ever gonna invite me over? Do I ever get to see Archie ever again? Huh? And tell me about the house. Is it a hot house? Can I handle a hot person like me, Shannon? And she's like, okay, I just have to focus on the cauliflower rice hash browns, okay? Because if you don't do it right, they crumble apart, sort of like my marriages. Okay.
Oh, well, okay. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to concentrate. I've got 1 cup of blonde and another cup of beach and another cup of... I've just left you for a dumb blonde whore on the beach. God damn it, I hate hash browns.
Yeah, I used to tell David, why don't we hash it out? And he said, why don't you make me a hash brown? And, oh, I loved when he would say that. Gotta get back to the hash browns.
So is that a no? You don't like your hash and not inviting me over? What are you saying? I'm saying I am trying to concentrate on... there's 5 doors down from my other place. Okay, now I need more sugar. Could you look in the thing, see if you see sugar? Just see if you see sugar, Tamara.
Okay, it's very
coffee?
important.
Go
Listen,
ahead.
please don't distract me. I'm trying to make some sugary cauliflower.
Yeah.
Can you please not distract me? This is going to be a
Wanna
delicious, sweet cauliflower
Come on, let's
breakfast.
hug. Let's hug right now. Hey, what's your favorite thing about me? My favorite thing about you is your hair, Shannon. I love your hair, Shannon.
Okay, you know what? I have a job to do.
I have to serve these women disgusting little hash browns, and she is distracting me.
I would love that you smell like jar of olives. You smell like a jar of olives. Hey, you should have your own candle that smells like a jar of olives, Shannon.
Tamara's like,
Oh, you're an Aries. You're just like Ellie. You can't even talk about something else.
you know what's so funny? I was just talking to my friend Neil about how like there's certain zodiac signs that people always like announce that they are. People are always like, oh, it's Leo season. I'm a Virgo. No offense. I mean, I'm a Sag. People say Sag. I'm a Sag. But people are like certain ones people are always saying. I feel like I never hear people say, oh, I'm an Aries. Aries season has started, everyone. Aries. I was like, I even forgot Aries was I was at the party. I didn't even remember Aries was a zodiac sign. So just so funny that we mentioned that 2 days ago. And then now, here comes Eddie.
Here we go.
An Aries.
An
Of course
Aries.
he's an Aries.
And so
Why-
now
why
what we know
Aries?
about Aries is that they just want Shannon to shut the fuck. I mean, they just want Tamara to shut the fuck up in the kitchen. That's like all any Aries wants. It's in all of their horoscopes.
Yeah. That's a really uninteresting story I told about Aries right now. I'm glad everyone enjoyed it. So Jen,
No, it's
Tamara's
actually
making an
true.
effort.
I don't really hear people say that. Like, oh my God, what an Aries, am I right? Like with me, people are like, oh, you're a Virgo, shocker, Ronnie. Yeah, of course you're a fucking Virgo.
People always talk about
anal and
Virgos.
judgmental. And, so I'm used to that. People just being, oh, you're such a Virgo. But yeah, you're right. You never really do hear it about Aries people.
No one does like a shtick about Aries. People do it about Virgo. They even do it about Geminis, Leos, maybe Sag. I don't know if people do it about Sagittarius. Do people do it about maybe Libras?
Well, maybe people try to say things about Aries, and Aries people are just like, please be quiet. I'm trying to concentrate. So nothing really ever gains traction, They
I'm like,
put
is
the
Aries
kibosh
even
on
a
it.
sign? I don't even know what Aries is. So,
Yeah.
sorry, there'd be so many Aries people that'll be like,
How dare you?
please do not erase us. do not erase us.
This is Aries erasure. How dare you? So Shannon's like, I've got a job to do. I'm trying to get breakfast on the table.
Oh, yay, Aries. Aries face.
You know what? Tamara's making an effort, but it's really like a guy trying to hit on a girl, and she's just not interested. Oh my God, Shannon, just stop. Stop, Shannon. I mean, stop, Tamara. It's embarrassing.
Hey guys, what do you guys think the girls are doing at the sleepover?
And Gina's like, oh, probably getting out of their silk pajamas. And Jen goes, yeah, somebody else is definitely cooking. And Gina's like, yeah, I don't know how long Emily's going to endure fancy pants before she fucking blows. And then we cut to the sleepover. It's the morning, they're waking up, and there's not just a private chef, there's like a private chef and a sous chef in the kitchen making eggs. And they have little menus. This is like the most unfun sleepover in the history of sleepovers. I'm sorry. Like this
Truly.
is like, I understand that it's like luxury, and like if this were the orphan movie, like this is what you expect in the orphan movie, which is like
Yeah.
the kid wakes up and there's a private chef and a butler who's very like dismissive but warm and also gonna guide them along, and like all these like, oh, Master Johnson, wake up and da da da. And it's like, but this is like in real life, this is just patently ridiculous.
Yeah, there's like
And
a
I'm not even
special
like-
person to put a stick up your butt. It's like
Yeah,
really
it's
like,
like-
hello, welcome to high tea. It's a fucking egg, Heather. Okay, we get it. You're rich. You're rich, Heather. Okay.
Yeah, and this is not even me being like, oh my God, she's so rich. How obnoxious. It's more just like, I just don't think the vibe, the spirit of a sleepover is that you then bring in a chef and have menus in the morning. I think it's that you go in and you make some shitty eggs, and it's like, I feel like growing up, it's like, yeah, or like mom would come in and make some eggs or something like that. Or like you like hunt around, but like having a fruit spread and little pastries. Heather, you just need to do a better sleepover. It needs to be better. Sorry.
Yeah. So Gretchen's like,
Hey, this looks so good. Is there any place to get a Starbucks around here?
and the chef's like, we have coffee service that will be happening for brunch. Do you want a little
Unfortunately, I
tea?
do not have my own currency. You were saying Starbucks? No, I don't have my own dollars. Starbucks.
Yeah, tie me over. Tie me over with something.
Oh my God, these people. So she's like,
I'm feeling a little hungover, not gonna lie. Hope I don't get in trouble. Gosh, I do not let loose at this age. Although I have been to the Goat Hill Tavern.
and we see a flashback to Emily being like, yeah, see, we're like real Midwest. We drink at taverns. Oh, I've got a piece of pizza in my purse.
Gretchen patting herself on the back for going to the Abbey and like a dive bar at 6 p.m. at night in both cases is like the most hilarious thing in the world. Like you are not letting loose, ma'am. I hate to break it to you. And also the way she like, when she mentioned the Abbey and she like ran her tongue like through her lip. She did like this look. I was like, ugh. I was like, am I watching V all of a sudden? This was too much. This like, lizard tongue thing that she did.
I was watching her drink and it was cracking me up. Was that a gunshot?
Is she at your door? Is Gretchen at your door?
Excuse me. You better watch your goddamn mouth in there.
What's out there?
I don't know. I heard
Bobcat?
a loud bang.
Oh, is Bobcat setting off fireworks again?
That's what it sounded like, a firework. I'm very distractible today, if you can't tell. So yeah,
That would be
so
distracting.
back in Temecula, Shanna's like, oh God, I just need to concentrate. Could you please beat these egg whites until they're stiff? Please.
Okay. I'm just worried you're gonna have a heart attack and die, Shannon. I mean, come on, calm down. Okay, it's a little too fluffy. So fluffy that you're gonna die? Are you dying? Shannon might be dying, you guys. I'm so worried about Shannon.
You over whipped the egg whites. You did it. You ruined it. And now he's gonna leave you. What are you talking about? Nothing. I'm fine. I love being alone, and I definitely do not talk to my egg whites in the morning. I don't do that. Okay, let's get these egg whites going. All right. So everyone, I hope you're all excited for a delicious breakfast of sweet cauliflower, rice, hash browns, and egg whites. Okay, is everyone ready for this? Fun times in Temecula.
Wow, you really whipped this stiff, Gina. She goes, yeah, I have that habit. Travis is an easy target, though.
What do you mean Travis is an easy target? He's stiff? He's always stiff?
Yeah, because like everything I do makes him really stiff. Yeah, and it's like fun, because me and Travis.
Please do not make me think of the tiny baby thumb sticking out of that fupa. I did not come here for this.
No, I did. I don't want it.
No.
I don't want.
I don't want
I don't know why
stiff
Gina
Travis
always,
in my head.
I don't know if I want. I don't know why Gina insists on giving us details about Travis. It's just that like the details themselves are boring. It's just I don't need it. So Jen's like, "Well, I have a question. Do you think you and Travis will ever get married?" It's like, well, probably, maybe, I don't know, like waiting for Bravo to give us like our own special, and like it's gonna be called I Feel Bad That I'm Not Married Yet. But like, unfortunately, like the offer hasn't really come through yet. So it's just like a lot of instability because of his circumstances,
Yeah, like the fact that he's not fucking divorced, maybe. Like, hello? Aren't they still not divorced? Like, why are they talking
Maybe
like
that.
Yeah, I just like have to be ready to be in the right place.
Yeah, and he's still married. Hello?
Yeah, well, it's like Shannon stacking shots on for lunch. You have a lot on your plate,
Shannon, you've got a lot on your glass. We've got a lot on the plate, but Shannon's got a lot on her liver. So
It's a lot. Okay,
yeah,
we
it's
just
a
wait
lot.
to see what's gonna happen next, and I'm just like not focused on things like a wedding because it's like it always seems so unattainable because like I know that's a priority and like that's always.
I hate to break it to Gina and to Bravo, but literally no one cares if these two get married. Like this is not top of mind. This is not a concern. There's no curiosity around it. There's no mystery. No one's wondering when are Luke and Laura gonna tie the knot? Like this is we don't need to spend our time on this. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So she's saying that he has a court date and he's trying to get full custody of the kids and he's exhausted and I feel bad and it takes a lot out of you, So then she says
When we
that
say
the
this scene goes on for 5 minutes, it goes on for 5 minutes of her talking
Literally.
about the situation.
Do not give Gina lines. Like, why? Gina, I feel myself deflating even reading the lines back. I'm like, oh God, please make it stop.
feel bad.
yeah, he's been through so much trauma. Yeah, I'm like, I've never seen anything like it in my life. He's like, he's so into his children and it's like really hurting my feelings.
Please fast forward. Okay, let's go back to Beverly Hills. So the chef is like, ladies, and I use that term loosely, we've got brunch for you. All the pastries are warmed. Okay, they're already going into your purse. Yeah, that's sort of my thing.
So he takes orders, and Emily's like, "Can I have a couple eggs over hard?" And the guy's like, "You can do that, right?" He's like, "Well, you want it like really cooked like that? You think I'm crazy?" He's like, "Well, I would never serve that, but you know,
I love
fine."
he just goes, I would never serve that. It's like,
Yeah, I would never serve that to anybody in my entire career, he's saying.
yo, make them however you want, okay? Just make them travelable in a purse.
Ladies, we have a chef here. Get your eggs the way you want them, okay? He's just so happy he can see daylight because he goes back into his cell after this.
Can you do poached eggs?
It's like, oh my God, you guys are just being a pain in the ass to be a pain in the ass.
Well,
And
I think this was a fair request because it's breakfast. It's fancy breakfast. And if you're doing fancy breakfast, you have to imagine there's going to be a poached egg request. And then the chef seems shocked. He's like, I can't. I'm like, sir, okay. The eggs over hard. Yeah, that's a surprise. But the poached egg, I think he should have anticipated that a little bit. In fact, I think he should have had some already made.
I think he's just grossed out by them. He's like, you're poor. You're all poor. Like, can I just put some powdered eggs and whisk them through to you, please? Like, you people have no taste. You have no taste.
But also you have to imagine they're each having one egg, right? Like one egg over hard, one egg poached, probably maybe two. Heather's going to have an omelet. They hired a whole ass private chef to cook basically 4 eggs.
Yeah, put store-bought croissants
and
on
to
a tray.
plate some croissants.
Yeah. I like it well done. He's like, oh, well done. Okay, yes, you've got it. Okay, because that's not a crazy request. Over hard is, but well done eggs, not crazy at all. Okay. So she's like, hello, Terry's here, everybody. It's the partner that I have lots of sexy time in our secret sexy time penthouse. The incredibly sexy hunk, Terry Dubrow. Hello, Terry.
Terry. And he's like, hey, everyone, I've never slept so much in my life. He's coming in like he's hosting the match game. He's like, all right, we asked 100 people. We said, my wife has such fancy sleepovers. How fancy are they? She says that when you go to sleep a lady and you wake up as a blank. Fill it all in. All right, everyone, you're at Terry Dubrow's match game.
This is why he's on television. All right, Heather, sit down. Terry, sit down and be wacky. You know, everyone, Terry would love a sleep divorce.
Wait, what does that mean?
It means you sleep in another room. She's like,
Oh, yeah, that's what's happening right now for Slade and I. He just snores so much, I make him sleep on the couch.
Do you guys ever think about getting married? Sorry, Gina asked me that they asked her that, so I want to ask you that. She goes,
It's just like I've never had an issue with like wanting to get married, so like, yeah, I would love to.
well, I remember years ago. I mean, this was so long ago. I think this was when you were claiming that a casting producer wanted you to be in Malibu country, which of course the role went to me eventually, but it was a hilarious thing that you tried to even attempt to be an actress like I do. I mean, last time I checked, your IMDb did not have a pilot for CBS that was based around you. Anyway, I remember years ago when we first talked about it, you were worried about financially getting
were
married.
we talking about it in my trailer? I don't think that you ever got to come into that. Were we talking about that while I was having coffee with Reba McEntire? No? Yeah, God, where was that? Was it craft services?
Oh, maybe I'm confusing it with when I was on Hot in Cleveland and I was talking with Betty White, and she said that that if times were different, she would have liked me to have played Dorothy on Golden Girls. It's hard to remember. It's hard to remember.
Now, I don't remember if you were there, but I do remember Betty White suggesting I get you spayed. So was it then or?
Oh, so that's where it all happened. She said you need to get spayed, but you heard I need to get slayed. And then here we are.
So she's like, yeah, so you were worried about finances. And she goes,
Oh, yes.
and Gretchen is very uncomfortable with this whole line of questioning, by the way. She, like, her face automatically falls and she's very suspicious because she did this for a long time and she knows she's about to get pummeled, you know? So
Yeah.
first they get you over for girls' night and then they're going to pummel you in the morning. So she's like,
Yeah.
yeah. And we see a flashback of 2012 when she's saying, because Slade is trying to get caught up on some of the back dip and trying to get things resolved in court. I don't think that we should get married. Oh, really? What was he trying to resolve in court? What back debt was that, Gretchen? Was it child support?
Dun, dun, dun. So Heather goes, well, so now that you feel like that's all handled, you're on the road to being wealthy someday, so maybe you should get married. And she's like,
Well, it's not that it's all handled. I just feel like I've been with him for like 16 years and I know who he is and I just feel more confident, you know?
and she basically says that, like, you know, like, we're basically husband and wife. I mean, we actually did a ceremony with an ordained pastor, but it's just like, you know, paper doesn't make us married or not. In God's eyes, in our eyes, we're married. I mean, who even needs laws at this point about who can marry who, right? Which is why we should maybe take some of them away. So anyway, the point is they're totally married.
Yeah. So you have everything financially separate? Yeah. Are your bank accounts together? I mean, listen, two tinies don't make a large, but still. And Gretchen's like, no, we never done that. I have my own money and my home's in my name. And I've always been very strict about it. I never wanted a man to control me financially. Okay, but you should have a man with some finance, right? I mean, it's your house, so you make the mortgage payment, or does he like pay rent? No. Oh,
Okay,
well,
yeah.
does he contribute?
He lives there too, right? How do you decide who pays for stuff? For instance, when the maid is done cleaning for the morning, who is the one who pays her the $15 for it? I'm just curious.
Well, I mean, it comes out of my account. Oh, does he pay for anything? This is kind of weird questioning, you guys. Okay, so basically, she's like really cagey about this. So is what's going on here, and this really is a question because I don't know, that Slade owed so much money in back child, you know, the reports or whatever we looked up from People magazine last week or the week before says something like 150 something grand that he owed in back child support, right? Something like that. So are they not getting married so that she's not liable? Like they can't come after her for that debt as his partner?
Maybe.
And that's why she's being so cagey. Oh, it's just all so
I don't know. I
gross.
mean, like, it's like if this were real life, these are definitely like awkward questions to be asking a friend. Like I would never ask, like, who pays for what in in a relationship. But since it's it's reality TV, so of course we're gonna ask these nosy ass questions. So I understand on one level why you're just like a little cagey to like be talking about what like your husband pays for or doesn't pay for, especially on TV. But the truth is, there's a lot. I don't know why she just doesn't say, like, yeah, I mean, like, you know, I pay for some things, he pays for other things. It's like not really, it's really not that deep, you know? But like the fact that she's like,
no, huh, what, weird?
and that's where it's like, what is going on here? And Heather's like, well, Gretchen and Slade's financial situation is really none of my business, but it just never has made sense to me. That's why when Gretchen proposed to Slade, we all thought it was bullshit. I guess it's just weird, you know, when you see two poor people trying to figure out finances, you think, what's even the point? Am I right? If you don't both have $45 million to your name, is it really even interesting at that point?
So why are they not legally wed? And why does she pay for everything and refuse to put anything in his name? I don't know. So she's like, it's just fascinating to us because you're so poor, you know? We'd just like to see how that stuff. And Terry's just like, oh my God. I mean, look, we're one person. We have everything in the same pot over here, right, Hev?
Gretchen, if you were to, say, buy a box of Cheerios, do you each pay for individual Cheerios or do you buy the box in total? I just want to know how it works.
Yeah, like as soon as I married Shane, we had a joint checking. Like everything was joint. I didn't sign a prenup. Yeah, we never had that. Well, that's strange. I mean, what's the arrangement? Does he work? If he works, what is he paying? I mean, he's got a crooked penis. He has to have it worked on. Like, what is he contributing?
So Gretchen's like,
I need a nap after that coffee.
So Heather's like, by the way, have you ever had a chair massage before?
No.
Oh, I thought you had because you probably couldn't pay for the actual humans to do it for you. Anyway, just curious.
Okay, sit in this chair. Oh, sorry, there's still some human hair on here. Can we turn the electric function off? Alfredo has already been removed. Sorry. Smaller space here, so we've got to double up the electric chair and the massage chair. Don't worry, you'll be safe. Probably.
So then they're laughing about like last night and like, oh my God, that was so funny. Like, you guys got me in trouble last night. You got yourself in trouble, Gretchers. What didn't you do except have a great time amongst girlfriends who are youthful and relatable?
Well, somebody asked something about a pop song.
She goes, that was you. Emily's like, yeah. And then you were like, she had an affair with a guy from Nelson.
Gretchen fully entered all of this into evidence herself. She goes,
You guys, stop it. I don't know anything about that. What's even Nelson? It doesn't make any sense.
You told us.
No, Slade said something about it. I didn't say anything. I said nothing. Deny, deny, deny.
And Heather goes, Slade is your henchman. We get it. I like that they just call her out. They have no problem just calling her out left and right.
but also they also don't seem to have a problem with her blatant lies. Like, Gretchen is clearly changing her story. She's lying. And last time I checked, Emily went full nuclear on Katie for lying. And then here's Gretchen doing it. It's like, oh, classic Gretchers.
Yeah, when they just kick somebody off based on lies that Gretchen was telling and accuse that person of lying. They don't see anything crazy about any of this. So then Emily's like, you've completely taken this situation and you're making us the villains. And she's like,
Well, we were having fun. I went further than I intended, but I don't want to be. I hope they aren't assholes and go running back to Tamra. It's going to cause conflict.
oh, Gretchen, you know that they're going to do that. That's why you brought it up in the first place. Come on.
You can't be stupid and smart. You came onto the show. You were extremely savvy. You went right for Tamra. And you were like, you had all your ducks in a row. Like, Gretchen was like, she came in, she was ready, and she was playing the game. And now she's gonna act like, oops, oh my God, I said this thing. You guys can't bring it back to Tamra. And now it's gonna be like, it wasn't my fault. You know, they coaxed it out of me. You know, she's gonna play this whole game, and it's all bullshit.
Yeah. They're being bad friends by trying to hurt a friendship. She's going to pull that. You were giving information about Tamra willingly.
Yeah, and I shouldn't have. I regret it.
But you said Tamra's a horrible person because she accused you of having an affair, and you had to spend all this money that you didn't, but you just accused her of having an affair. So how is that different? She goes,
Well, I mean, it was on the internet. Isn't that what she said? I'm saying the same thing. It was on the internet. So is it not true if it's not on the internet? I mean, it's the same thing she did to me.
wait, when was this on the internet?
Yeah, you
None of
just
that
announced it.
This was you. You said it. Don't try and make it sound like you just
It made
found
no
this on the
sense.
internet. Come on.
So you and Tamra are the same?
No, we're far from the same. It may look like we're the same person because I just give Tamra the same energy that she gives me.
And Emily's like, no, they're the same. Except that Gretchen uses more filters. Other than that, I can't tell them apart.
Well, that was a rough sleepover, girls. Please leave. Get the fuck out of my house. This is fine.
Well,
but I can only be here so long.
11:43 a.m., which means that our fun times have officially ended. So one of the Alfredos will see you out, and I'm going to go back into my lair. Thank you.
If you're still here when the fumigator comes, it kind of destroys the point of having the fumigator. Please go. Take all of your rags with you. Thank you.
And I'll be taking back those personalized pajamas and returning them. Thank you.
Yes.
So then in
So
Temecula,
back
ladies
in
are
the
eating
other
brunch
place,
outside.
they ate Shanna's brunch, and it looks good, shockingly. And they start talking about Archie and kids, and Shannon's like, well, when I leave, I always feel so guilty that I say, Archie, I'm sorry, I'll make it up to you. And I talk to him because there's no one else to talk to. I mean, Sudoku doesn't answer back either. That doesn't really stop me. I just say, Archie, I'm 26, and don't you tell anybody different on the inside.
You know, it's kind of funny because I always feel guilty when I leave him and I say, I'll make it up to you, Archie. And yet he never says to me that he'll make it up to me after I was framed for crashing into a house when I was just walking him because he insisted so much. He was like, woof, walk me at 1 a.m. And I said, fine, Archie. And has he made it up to me? No, but that's okay because I give everything. I try to make these relationships work.
Yeah. So then Jen is like, well, that worries me for you. You're home alone with Archie? I mean, last night you were saying, I think about you, I have concern. And I mean, you were talking about it in the hot tub, Gina. So what do you think? Gina's like, I'm concerned. Oh my God. You're really only worthy if you have a man in your life waiting for you at home. Yeah, I just don't understand these people without men. What do you do without a penis in your life? How do you live? Is she gonna kill herself? Should we put her in a hospital? What's happening to Shannon? People can't be single. You people are so ridiculous. Shut up. She's going to survive this. The best thing for Shannon is to be single. Have you seen the men she picks? And what are you guys acting like? You've got fucking Ryan at home, and the other one's got Travis's fupa at home and his 19,000 children. So, you know, sometimes being single is a better choice.
Wait a second, I'd like to weigh in. You still got a therapy, Shannon? She's like, yes, I do, multiple times a week. Oh, well, yeah. I mean, no, yesterday... I have a question. What takes you from I'm upset and pissed to like total derailment? I was like, geez, maybe it's Tamra constantly accusing her of being an alcoholic and trying to paint her as this awful person on TV time and time again, and then just deciding that she wants to be a good person all of a sudden.
And Gina's also doing the same thing. I mean, Gina's acting so innocent, like, oh my God, I just care about you, Shannon. But she's totally concern trolling. I mean, how many times on this trip already has she been like, Shannon, I'm so worried about you. You know, your health. Like, you could die. Like, I'm really worried about you, Shannon. Come on.
I know.
They're all doing this. And then they're wondering why she's like slowly coming undone. Because you're undoing her.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we do talk about catastrophizing in my therapy. So, for instance, a good example would be, like, for instance, yesterday, I was looking for a can of tuna fish to have for lunch, and I couldn't find it. So I instead had 3 pints of ice cream, and I thought, this is a catastrophe. So, you know, that's something that we discuss. Yes.
Well, I'm not really sure what that word means, but, you know, single people do like cats. So if that's what you're into, then you should totally do it. Well, I grew up like, well, you know, you talk about like, you don't know what's going to happen every day. That's how I grew up. You know, I grew up in a bit of chaos, and it was tumultuous. And my mom told us she was going to divorce my dad. And I was in college, and I came home for the weekend, and the process server didn't get to my dad by 5 p.m. on a Friday, which is the last time I'll hire a Marilyn Monroe impersonator to serve papers to my father.
Especially one that works with government hours. So we came home and we had a barbecue and we played tennis as a family. And I just felt so bad for my dad because we all knew that we had to fake it for my dad, my poor, sweet father. Yeah, but didn't you also say he had a drinking problem when you were growing up? And just
Shannon goes,
you know what, Tamara, I get that you're trying to be helpful, but my dad is fucking 96 years old and he's a different man. And there's just a certain level. Like, I don't want to hurt my father. Do you understand?
why? Because Shannon is like, why the fuck are you bringing up this like sacred detail? I told you on camera right now, you're just going to like let everyone know that he's has a drinking problem, which of course, you know, like I totally get it. Although wasn't he like throwing back some martinis at the Marilyn Monroe lunch too? Although that's not really a problem, but like it's just Tamra was being totally shitty in that moment, and I love that Shannon just called her out right there. That was hilarious.
And Tamara's like, well,
I'm sorry. I'm just not trying to hurt your father, you know, and if it makes you feel any better, drunk people don't feel as much. Look.
she pinches her under the arm.
See, I didn't even feel it. Tamara,
You say things like that. He's not even like that anymore. How could you do that to my father?
Yeah, how dare you? Never in my wildest dreams did I think that a private conversation with Tamara Judge would ever be brought up on camera. How dare she?
I mean, we will still. I remember the first season that Shannon was on, and Tamra just was evil to Shannon, so evil. And then Shannon the next year became friends with Tamra, and we're like, what are you doing? This lady was terrible to you. Be careful of this lady. And she just kept on going in, and now all these years later, she's like,
well, I cannot believe it. I cannot believe that Tamra would use a personal detail against me on camera. Inconceivable.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to help you, Shannon. She goes, well, that's not helping. That's not helping me. That's not helping me. Okay. Well, saying that she did have some struggles growing up, I mean, that's all I was saying. With an alcoholic father. And it's probably why you're drunk too, because it comes from a long line of alcoholics. So why are you even arguing about it? Even Gina said you'd be dead in your house with Archie eating off your face one day. Drunk as a skunk, dead as lead. That's what Gina said. You know, your dad even called you an alcoholic. Your dad called me drunk one time and said she's an alcoholic. I'm just trying to help you, Shannon.
You know what? I don't think that she said that to actually try to hurt you, Shannon. Okay? Because I feel like Tamara's genuinely trying to connect with Shannon and help Shannon speak about something that she knows is difficult for her to speak about. Because that's what Tamara does. She tries to help people all the time.
Tamara's a good person. And, you know, Shannon could die at any moment. So, like, it's important that they have these talks. So Tamara's like,
Do you talk about this stuff in therapy that you go to?
Yeah, because sometimes this stuff is buried. And so when it comes out, it's just like this whole big, it's like, Tamara, I know what therapy is. Okay, I went to a trauma facility where I was in therapy for 8 hours a day. 8 hours for 30 days. Do you know what 8 times 30 is? Now, neither do I. So I'm well aware that this needs to happen.
I start therapies, Tamara.
Oh my God, sorry, Jesus Christ. Anything I say, anything you just jumped on my throat. I'm not your enemy, okay? I'm not your enemy. I'm just a hot bitch who wants to ask questions about your alcoholic dad.
so immediately she goes inside and she goes,
Fuck my life. I'm not even going to try with that bitch anymore, drunk, stupid bitch. Why don't you have another glass of champagne, drunkie?
And Shannon's like, well, for her to explain to me how therapy works, I'm the one who invented therapy in the first place.
So now
I
they're
mean,
both,
it's
like,
pretty
annoyed at
funny,
each other.
Tamara trying to explain therapy to Shannon. No one has been to more therapy than Shannon. Like, Shannon lives for that shit, okay? Tamara, you've been in therapy 5 minutes. You don't get to tell people what therapy's like.
Well, I have to say, I disagree with you, Gina. I disagree. Yeah, I think the statement about her dad, that's like not nice. I think that she's right. I think Shannon's right. Gina's like,
What are we going to do with this? What are we going to do with this now? She's like,
I don't know. Let me go see what's going on with that monster inside. So basically, Jen susses out that she's like, Tamara is smart enough to know that she's not going to call Shannon an alcoholic anymore. But what she's going to do is she's going to say, oh, Shannon, your father was an alcoholic, right? And then create a connection to make us be like, so there it is. So you're an alcoholic because it runs in the family.
Yes, basically. And she's right. And Tamara's still going,
Have another glass of champagne, Shannon. I mean, is it me or anything I say to her? It's like, I know, I got through it. Nah.
she's like, okay, but the dad comment, you weren't making a dig?
No, Jesus. She's just worried it's going to make her look like she has a drinking problem because her dad did. You know, I don't think she cares about her dad at all. She only cares about her reputation, which I was trying to ruin by insinuating her dad's drunk, so she's drunk too. I mean, what is confusing here, Jen?
I don't know. It's so confusing, everything. I mean, but these are all necessary steps, Tamara. You're extending an olive branch, so that's what you're doing. And Tamara's like,
yeah, well, how long do you just expect me to keep on doing it? You can only extend so many branches before the tree falls over, right?
so Gina's like,
I think it's like really good that you speak up for yourself in the moment, Shannon. Like that offended you, and it's good that you told her it offended you.
last time I checked, that's what Shannon always does. I mean, like, how much footage do we have of someone saying something to Shannon and her having a total meltdown and storming out? This is like,
I mean,
what
this
Shannon's
weird
thing
therapy
is.
Gina is so annoying. She's like, oh my God, like I think everybody's like working on it. Shut up, Gina. First of all, now that said, Shannon is making this whole thing miserable. She has made this whole trip miserable. Like they're at least trying to have fun, and Shannon is like the misery queen, you know? So I know it's probably not easy for like Gina and Jen especially to be stuck with her, but this isn't helping. Like,
Yeah, like you guys need to learn boundaries and like therapy and like possibly not die of kidney disease because I think you're dying. Shannon, Jen, does Shannon look yellow? I think she's yellow. Hey, does anyone have a mirror? Can we put it under Shannon's nose to see if she's still breathing? Shannon's like, I am breathing. I hear you. I don't hear Shannon. I think Shannon died. Shannon, did you pass over? I am right here. I don't see her. Did she disappear? Where's Shannon? Oh my God. Was she taken to heaven?
I am alive and well because I just ate some cauliflower, some sweet, sweet, sugary cauliflower hash browns.
So now they're all in the kitchen, and Gina's just saying, you know, you guys are just navigating. You guys are finding out your new normal. And Tamara's like,
You know, I really was hoping for the best. I had all good intentions. But no matter what I do, no matter how many shitty things I say, Shannon's just going to find fault with me. And I don't think there's anything left for me to do. Oh, apparently you can't call someone's dad an alcoholic anymore.
So Jen is like, Shannon, if it makes you feel any better, she did say the comment about your dad was not a dig. And I asked, and I said, it felt like it was a dig. And she said, it wasn't. So then Shannon like sprawls out her arms. She does this move like she's like trying to guard a football player. She's
Oh, of course she did that. Of course that's what she did. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
like, Shannon, are you trying to flag down a plane?
Yes, I am. It's a plane called I don't give a fuck anymore about Tamara Judge. I'm done.
Oh my God. She's moving her arms around like someone with a deadly disease. She's possibly dying right now. I just can't, Shannon. I just can't. So Shannon's like, well, I'm not a dummy, and she's got an excuse and explanation for everything, and I don't believe it anymore. The 26-year-old inside of me doesn't believe it. The 28-year-old certainly doesn't believe it, and I don't believe it.
I mean, these women are literally 61 and 57 years old. And 26 as well on the inside. And they're acting like they're in goddamn middle school. It should be studied by therapists.
And that's the end. That's the end of the episode. A big, rowdy, ridiculous episode. So I guess we'll see what happens next. But obviously, the talk about the singing, Tamara's singing and banging potentially Nelson comes to a head next week at some sort of dinner party. But until then, thanks everyone for being here. We'll be back on Monday with a Real Housewives of Miami recap. And hope you all have a great weekend, and we will catch you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.